I'm Coach Matt Rotonda, head men's basketball coach at Penn State York, and I got next.
You next up and you ain't been on SportsLifeTalk. Like, what are you doing? Hey, you better hit him up. Look, you breaking next and you up next. Kings and queens go hard. Rising star on the big scene, make them know who you are. You don't break a sweat, don't settle for less. They put you through that test, your resume that flex. Who got next? Who got next? SLT, ready, set, go. Who got next? Who got next? Living my dreams and all your goals. Who got next? Who got next? You can ask B. Jones or head coach. Who got next? Who got next? You next up, so here's my vote. Chill.
Who got next? Who got next? SLT Nation, welcome back to another fire episode of Sports Life Talks. You got next, a platform that gives exposure to the voices of tomorrow. We are searching the nation, searching the world, and we are finding rising stars in our communities who are doing big things and accomplishing big dreams. And today, Point Pleasant, New Jersey, we got him, basketball coach extraordinaire, head coach of the Penn State York, not one time, not two time, not three time, but four-time Final Four appearances. This man is the absolute truth. We got him. Coach Matt Rotonda is in the building. Coach Matt, how you doing?
Hey guys, what's going on? I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
Yeah, we're doing good, Coach. We doing good, man. You know, when you see that Penn State legacy, it you know, that logo just make you act right. It just make you do something. You're like, hey, I can't half step on this one. I got to bring my A game. Hey, but check this out, Penn State York. If this is your first time rocking with us, well, y'all been. We doing it, baby. Welcome to the show. I am your host, the mouth of the South, B. Jones, Mr. Yeet. And I am an OG Louisiana with everything, all things in Louisiana in the building, and I'm rocking alongside my brother from another mother, my partner in crime, the Quiet Storm, the head coach, KT. How you doing, Kev?
I'm doing great, B. Jones. Thank you for asking, man. For once you're actually concerned about me, I really appreciate that, man. But I'm doing great, man. Let's go.
Really? You gonna turn this into an emotional thing right off the bat, man? That's what we going.
B. Jones, that's for the ratings. People now they're like, oh, they're gonna feel sorry for me. So later on,
I got you.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, y'all gonna see us bicker here in a minute. So, well, check this out. Welcome one more time to the program. We know there's a million other podcasts out there, but you chose to rock with us, and that means a lot. But we gotta ask one small favor from you. In order for us to keep this amazing energy, this amazing momentum of 2023 going forward, we gotta ask a small favor of you. It won't cost you a penny, but it'll go a long way to helping the channel, and that is on the count of three. All right, Penn State, we need you guys to smash that subscribe button and join the Sports Life Talk family. Coach, can Coach Rowe, are y'all rocking with us? Is the Nittany Lions rocking? I seen the whiteouts. I know what it's like out there. I know what's wild up there in Pennsylvania. Can they rock with us?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Just like our home games. Standing room only. Let's go.
All right, here we go. On the count of three, Penn State York. Let's get it. 1, 2, 3. Boom! Welcome to the Sports Life Talks family. That's right. We don't do fans. We don't do followers. We do only family members. And if you smash that subscribe button, I'm your big cousin now. So let's go to work. Coach Matt Rowe. All right, you ready for the Sports Life Talk initiation?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Let's go. Kevin, he got that look in his eye too of a real lion. So I don't know. Good luck, KT.
I'm ready, B. Jones. I stay ready. All right, Coach, to initiate you into the SLT family, you got to give us your top 5 music artists.
All right, I got you. Okay, so this can change week to week, particularly like number 4 and 5. But I'll go Post Malone. I'll go Jay-Z. I'll throw Springsteen in there because I'm a Jersey guy. I'm recently dabbled into a little country, so I'll go the Chief, Eric Church. And then, you know, I'll stick with Eminem as number 5.
I loved it. We went all the way over the place. Even the word church was in there. So we took that thing somewhere.
That's right.
All right, Coach. So we like to rank everybody's top 5 in 2023. Well, the highest you can get is 5. 2023, I've been really generous, and I can't give you less than 5 when you mention the boss. So
That's right.
I see he's 8-time conference champ. So let's give him 8. Give him 8.
I take it.
I was trying to.
Born in the USA.
I was trying to make sure that was him before I went out there and jumped. B. Joe, I'm glad you did it. Good job. All right, Coach. So who is your favorite superhero and why?
Oh man, I don't know, but the realest superheroes to me are both my parents. I'm giving it to them. Terry and Vic Rotonda, heroic in every sense of the word that you can think of. So I'll give it to them.
All right. So since every good superhero needs their own theme music, what would your theme song be?
Now Encore remix, Jay-Z, Linkin Park.
Oh, encore! Do you want more? Hey,
That's right.
that track gotta go hard. I love that one, Coach.
Yeah. I think I was like a sophomore or junior in high school when that came out.
I wish I was a sophomore, junior in high school. I was way older than that. All right, so if you could shadow anyone for a week and learn from them, they could be either dead or alive. Who would it be and why?
Shadow for a week. I would shadow, probably like a Coach K. I would shadow him. Pretty much universally respected as a master of the craft. So he'd be one to shadow. I would say one of the Hurleys, but I've spent a lot of time with them. So I got that experience, luckily and very fortunately for me. But I'll go with Coach K.
You ain't finna use your golden ticket to go kick with the Hurley. You can just call them up and be like, hey, I'm be down there next week. I need you to teach me this new box set y'all ran last night.
Screen the screener, shape up to the ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, Coach. So what is something that basketball has taught you that you can use when you're off the court?
Discipline, dedication, certainly attention to detail, maintaining focus. Those are some things that, from my playing days and from the early part of my coaching career in camps and as an assistant, that I've come to learn have become very important.
All right. So what's something new that you learned about yourself as a coach in the last 3 months?
I would say it's probably something along the lines of having a better sense of connection to the players that are making important contributions at the right times, guys that have a knack for finding that offensive rebound or an angle to cut the guy off defensively or whatever, kind of having almost a better innate intuitive feel that somebody, I make a decision to put somebody into a game, it usually more often than not will pay off in some way. And sometimes my assistants are looking at me like cross-eyed, like, oh man, are you sure about this one? You know what I mean? And it just turns out that more often than not that player comes through for us. So maybe it's sometimes good fortune. I'm sure it is at times, but I've learned to trust myself a little bit more.
All right, Coach. So let's just say I move into the state and I'm coming to play for you. What expectations do you have for me as a player, and what can I expect from you as a coach?
Well, you can expect from me total, unmitigated dedication to you becoming the best version of yourself as a person and as a basketball player. What we need to be able to expect from you is we have to be able to depend on you in every sense of the word. Maybe not so much early in your performance, but in your ability to sustain the grind of checking boxes every single day. You can't miss a weight room session. You can't miss a study session. You can't miss a class. You can't walk in 3 minutes late to practice. You got to check the boxes. And, we say that we use that term literally, religiously, day in and day out. And it's just because there's no better term for it. It's checking boxes and making sure that, you're locked into all of your responsibilities, to not just our program, but to your life and yourself and the decision you made to attend Penn State.
All right, so the most important thing in life will always be family, and we really mean that. So allow me to reintroduce our newest family member, Coach Rotonda, to the family. So D. Jones, go ahead and take it away, brother.
Coach Ro, what's cracking, man? I'm super excited. When you was talking, I was kind of feeling like I was getting coached up a little bit. I almost was like, man, let me go ahead and go get in this weight room. Coach, what time is it? Coach said we got to get in that weight room. I gotta come through. But nah, Coach Ro. So let's take this thing back to the beginning. Tom's River, New Jersey, man. Them ain't no easy streets. You know what I'm saying? That's like you kind of got to be built different up north, right? And so tell us a little bit about coming up and when did you fall in love with the game of basketball?
Well, fortunately, I grew up a mile from the beach. So, many people that, almost come to the Jersey Shore for vacation, we grew up there, so we know what it's like 12 months around, year around the calendar, so to speak. So it's a great place to have grown up, not just as an athlete and a young basketball player who loved it, but just as a kid growing up, having the boardwalk and the beach and a lot of stuff to do, but I've spent most of my summers at Skyview Park, which is a full 4 full court park. We got like the A court, the B court, the C court, and the D court. And it's like if you would lose at like 3:30 in the afternoon, you might find yourself by like the C or the D court by like 6 o'clock at night. Your team loses, you just keep getting pushed down the, you know what I mean? Unless you're going to stand there and wait. So, but luckily I would try to do the best I could to kind of craft the best teams that I could find and say, hey, we're meeting up there at 12:30. We're meeting up there at 1 o'clock or whatever. And I would organize bringing guys together and try to, run the court for the day or something like that. That was kind of my thing.
You was coaching coming up in the 6th grade. You was like, hey, Pete.
Oh, man.
Hey.
You could ask any player that I ever played with, and they will tell you something to that degree. Yes, I've been coaching since I've been playing, basically.
I bet you was like, darn it, William, when we say set the pick, set the pick. I don't want to
I was more annoyed with like a guy like not getting back on defense, or not, whatever, because it's like, you're playing 5-on-5 pickup, and that's the type of stuff that happens in, when 25 minutes in, somebody doesn't run back on defense or whatever. So I would stay away from guys in the heat that were overly big, and I knew, man, speed kills. So I'm going out and getting my athletes and those guys that can run with me, and let's go.
So, Coach, I had the privilege of when we were doing research. I saw you in a jersey. You had on the back baggy Fab Five type uniform. Was you a walking bucket back then? Could you go, Coach?
Listen, man. I will not. I would not sell myself short as a player. I was a guy that would play. I would in practice. I would win every sprint. There's no question about it. You can ask my teammates about that. I was a very hard worker. But everything was below the rim. Could believe that. So crafty, could finish, reverse layups and make open shots, try to make the right pass, start the offense, run offense, and be responsible defensively, but not athletically gifted other than just being able to run kind of quick and try to play the game smart.
But you know what? Those types of athletes, unfortunately, they make the best coaches, right?
I've been told that.
Because you see the game differently. You have to find creative ways to make the most out of what you got, right? You don't have these natural skill sets, so it's about hard work, determination, and you know how far that little inch can go, right? So
that's right.
But you got to be a madman to become a coach. And I'm gonna tell you what, coach, I didn't know what a coach was. I'm gonna be real. I thought coaches were wins and losses as growing up. And we started doing this show, and I started building relationships with coaches, and we see the tears, we see the joy, we see it all as we go through our spectrum of relationships. And you guys are more than just coaches. You're full-time counselors. You're clinicians. You're nurses. You business managers. You're doing everything in order to help these kids. So did you know when you were signing up to be a coach it was going to be such a daunting task? I mean, did you envision this what the life was going to be?
I would say that I had some idea of the difficulties, but never in a million years could I have imagined the difference, of being one seat over from my head coach as an assistant and having played for him, Coach Petrie, Parrish Petrie, a local Hall of Famer right here in York. I was his assistant for many years, and then all of a sudden when the program is mine, it's just totally different. Everything is totally different. I answer for everything, and I wouldn't want it any differently. But just the day-to-day knowledge of that and realization of that certainly took some getting adjusted to.
When did you realize you wanted to be a coach? What triggered it? What was the catalytic moment that made you say, "Hey, I'm willing to lay down on these train tracks and take the beat that I'm about to get"?
That is the perfect. I'm telling you what, that is the perfect description, but of that mindset, But I would say that when I got to be like in high school, and all of a sudden things started changing, where I started kind of seeing and anticipating the game a little bit differently. I would say at that point, that's when I started saying to myself, I got to get into camps. I got to start doing other things to kind of shape this outlet of mine. And I started to learn. I've learned from every coach that I've ever been around, or every opponent, or I've learned from every experience I've had in the game, for sure. But, to hook up early in my, at 16 years old, to hook up, on the early summer camp schedule that's one of the biggest things that happened for me, because it kind of validated my love for instruction, my love for the game itself,
Well, we're going to talk about the Hurleys in a second, but before we get into that, I got to ask you, you know what I'm saying? Because it's kids right now that's watching this that, they everybody want to go to the Power 5, right? Everybody want to go to these big schools, but it's somebody that's watching you right now that you probably gave them the goosebumps like you gave me with your coaching philosophies and all of this other stuff, right? What can we expect to see out of a Coach Roran team? If we were to turn on Penn State York, what kind of basketball are we going to see?
All our guys play with unselfishness, maximum effort, dedication to trying to maximize our chances of getting a quality look on the offensive side of the ball, and on defensive side of the ball, we are just dog competitors. We're just going to do everything possible to stop you from doing something that you're comfortable doing. We're going to compete for 40 minutes. And, it's been that way. I've been blessed, that it's been that way because the caliber of student athletes that we have, and because of the assistant coaches that we've had on staff. But realistically speaking, without that level of success mindset, the level of the drive that these guys, show up with, it would be very difficult to continue to want to do this. But I love it. I love these guys. They're the real deal. So I give them all the credit in the world.
And Coach, I can tell you love it. I bet you when you call up another coach, they'd be like, "Oh man, it's Coach Rotonda." They know you're gonna talk some X and O's. They know you're gonna.
Well, maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. I try not to make too many of those phone calls. You know what I mean? I like being kind of on an island. Not I have some I have some allies, and I'm pretty personable. But I like kind of staying nose to the grindstone, you know what I mean, so to speak. Being locked in on my guys and our our grind every day. I'll bug Coach Petrie, I bug him almost pretty much every day for this, that, or the other, different things in recruiting or practice or whatever. And I speak with Coach Hurley Senior quite a bit, but it's I like to stay locked in on and keep my circle a little small.
All right. Well. Before we talk about the Hurleys, I got one more thing. I saw the coolest thing. You brought a smile to my face. It's very rare. Like, I get excited when I do research, but what I saw that you did was pretty cool. Kevin, I don't know if you saw this, but he has it set up to where every senior that's graduating, former teammates, administrators, family members, current teammates, they go out and they speak affirmations into these people's lives and they congratulate them. Coach, where did that come from? And why did you choose to make that public? Because you could have kept that within the Penn State York family, but you let the world know that we family and we're going to support our own. Why was it so important, and where did that idea come from?
Well, it came from my first year as head coach with 3 seniors that, really what could have happened, when you're an assistant coach and you move into becoming a group of players head coach, you all of a sudden take on a different role in some ways to these players that have been with you as you're an assistant. And so I wanted to make it special specifically for those 3 my first year. And so I invited their high school coaches and family members and things of that nature. And then, we had the miss that my second year, we had no season due to COVID. So then when we were looking at last season, or my third season, 2021-22, it was like one of the best players that we've ever had in the program, Michael Coleman, was our lone senior on the roster, active roster. So, being that he was a lone wolf, we tried to do it big for him. And then, because of, those 3 years happening in a row, it just has taken on a life and become a tradition. In terms of speaking it out into the public, it just, we want to show admiration, appreciation for the seniors that, have come here and, basically created an environment for our program to be successful and sustain success because of the work that they have done over the course of their careers, however long they've been with us. So, I felt that I feel strongly that I think we don't do enough. We had more than 5 seniors this year. I couldn't start all of them. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I love all of them, and none of my players have any question about how I feel about them. I'll be harder on them than, when I need to be, but we have a truly a close bond with each player, and that's special. It kind of breathes life and is a heartbeat for our program.
All right, Coach, last question. We dropped the name a couple of times. You close with the Hurleys. You had the opportunity recently to watch those guys go on national television. They've been all the talk of March, right? Man. It's the Hurley family, man. What did that do for you to watch somebody that you've learned from, you've worked with, you've learned, you've coached under, and just tell us about that experience, being able to celebrate that championship with the Hurley family.
Well, it's 24 hours ago as we talk today, so I have to, I'm given some time for it to dissipate a little bit, and then I'm gonna, be kind of, make my rounds of phone calls. But I talked to Coach Hurley Senior, Coach Dan Hurley's father, Coach Bob Hurley Senior. I spoke with him after the Elite Eight victory. He was just so proud, and I'm so happy for him and for their family. They're just, they're basketball royalty, not just, within the realm of the entire game, but particularly from the state of New Jersey. They're such basketball lore, they're universally respected and rightfully so, and so I couldn't be more proud to be connected with them and couldn't be more happy for them as a family. Great people. We had Coach and his wife here on campus a few years ago, and that was fantastic. So, love what this year has been for them, and this month of March has done for their family.
Well, I tell you what, I used to hate Bob Hurley. When they beat the Fab Five, I cried. I was
man.
Him and Christian Laettner. I was like, hey, I don't care what happens to them in real life. Nah, but I got older. I respect their game. I was debating somebody not too long ago how dope Bob Hurley is. Probably one of the dopest point guards in college basketball in that era. His name ain't called enough, right? But with that being said, and somebody else I don't like. At this very moment, I don't like KT, the head coach. Coach Matt Rowe, welcome to the championship rounds. This is the part of the show where Kevin and I, we go one-on-one, and you are now officially calling all the shots, all right?
Gotcha.
So have you ever played a game called Would You Rather before?
Maybe once.
It's real simple. We're going to make it easy for you because I'm going to win. But the rules are very simple, Coach. Me and KT both are going to make a pitch. Whichever one of those pitches you like, they mean the most to you. You select it. That host gains a point. The first host to get 2 points or the best out of 3 will win this episode's game of championship rounds. And the loser will probably be pretty sore for the remaining part of this episode. All right. One against glory. Hey, the second place person gets steak knives. All right. So here we go. Kevin is the defending champion, so I'll let you get it kicked off, KT.
All right, Coach. Would you rather win your conference title 10 years in a row with the chance to play your way to the national championship, or
he juiced that thing up a little bit. All right, so Coach, would you rather be guaranteed to be in that locker room before the national championship game? And I know you sat in that locker room and you know how special that is. So which would you choose? Would you rather a 10-year run or to be in that locker room before the championship game? But you don't know in mind. You don't know if you're going to win or lose. You just know you're there. You brought that team that far.
I'm going with the 10-year run. I'm going to bet on our guys. I'm going to bet on our guys that we're going to get there more than once in that 10-year run.
Oh, that would hurt me to do it too. That was hard. You had a good reason. You backed it up with a good reason. Man, I wanted to give you an X on that one. All right, round number 2. Let's go, KT.
All right, Coach. Would you rather travel the world hosting your own food show on the Food Network, where you interview athletes and celebrities as they take you to their favorite places to eat in their hometowns, or
would you like to have Netflix come and film a Last Chance U style documentary over 2 seasons at Penn State York and showcase the ups and downs of that program and what you guys go through from preseason to the end?
Wow. Man, I would take the documentary, get my guys more out there, get the and it's doing something more in my wheelhouse. I'm more comfortable in basketball.
But you're going to have that camera on you a lot, though, Coach. You don't think it's going to be a distraction? All right, we're going to win. Right. We're going back to the Final Four anyway. All right, Coach. Round number 3 is a very special round to us. Do you like sneakers, Coach? Or you a sneakerhead?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, we're gonna test that. We're gonna test your sneakerheadism right here today. So, part of our normal our live show, we go live every Wednesday night at 8:00 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we have a segment on that show that I drop a pair of new sneakers. So, me and Kevin over the last couple of years, we've amassed this massive collection of sneakers, and we just think it's an important part of sports, right? It's a very sneakers matter.
Concur with that.
You know what I'm saying? So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna count down from 3, and you're going to say the words "hold that sneaker." Now, what you don't know is that Kevin and I both curated a personal pair of sneakers out of our collection that we feel most represents you and your program. Okay, so based off of whichever sneaker you choose, that host will win the final point, and they would win this game of championship rounds. Okay,
you're going to count to 3, and then I'm going to say hold
that sneaker. Okay. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Hold that sneaker.
Always going with the school colors like that.
I'm going.
You need a close up of that, Coach. You need to.
I'm going with the Jays. I'm going with the Jays. Mouth of the South.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Kev. Yours was great. I like yours too.
Yeah, now, Coach, you don't have to butter me up, man. They weren't great.
I liked them, but I had to go with the Jays.
And new.
Oh, Jays too. They just weren't the Jays that you wanted. It's okay, Coach. I'm okay.
Hey, Coach, this thing got a little weight on it. Penn State, York, I did this one for y'all, baby. Let's go! Turn up, turn up. All right, Coach, this is it, the moment of truth. Everybody's been sitting here. We heard your story. We know who you are. We know why you do it. But now we got to know what the future holds. The title of the show is You Got Next. What does the future hold for Coach Matt Rotonda?
Try to get us back into the national Final Four, win a national championship here at Penn State York for the first time in school history and in program history. That's in the immediate future. And then beyond that, we'll have to stay tuned. We're hoping for big things.
It's going to be big things. It's something blessed. I'm going to sprinkle some more good vibrations on you, some good juju.
I'll take it.
All right.
Anything I can get.
So, Coach, now when you look back as the sun set on your career, it's all about creating legacies, man. And that's one of the things I love about my coaches. And I know it's hard, but you're making an imprint on this world day by day, kid by kid. So when the sun sets on your career, what do you want your legacy to be known? How do you want to be remembered, Coach?
Well, I just want to be remembered that my players became better and more prepared to be, productive members of society that care about others, that also want to be in positions to influence others and their young adulthood. I obviously wouldn't hurt so bad if I was remembered as a winner. So, every day we strive toward being successful because we can be. And if there's work to be done to help us improve those chances, then we do the work. There's no question.
That was a great answer. Just wasn't as good as round one. Round I won. I'm still a little upset of Lippy. All right, Coach. So do you have any shout outs you want to give?
Well, I definitely want to say hello to my whole family and all of my players, all of my assistant coaches, Coach Stockton, Coach Mills, Coach Collins, Coach Crowder, Coach 𝐥𝐤𝐬, and Coach Hill, Coach Morris, and all of my players. I can't name them all right this second. It'd take too long. But also, special shout out my girlfriend Lindsay Halloran back in Point Pleasant, and our 2-year-old Chihuahua Papillon mix, Coco.
Well, hold up, Coach. You got to tell us a little bit more about your girlfriend, man. You can't just drop that on us and just leave it hanging. So tell us a little bit about her.
Oh, she's the greatest. I mean, she has she basically, we live separately during basketball season and in the few weeks that follow for, recruiting reasons and whatnot. And then I spend a couple months there in the summer. And then, like a week during Christmas time, maybe. But we've been together for a long time. She has a side business, a full-time job. She's everything, you know what I mean? She's the rock. So, my best friend and, certainly someone that's been, very supportive and, very dependable and in every way that I could convey to you.
Coach, you did good for being thrown on the spot, KT. That was dirty. His girlfriend gonna watch this. He
wants the whole point, B. Jones. Right. We're family. I'm trying to look out for him. He mentioned her, so all right.
I appreciate it. I rambled a little bit, but it's okay. If I'm gonna ramble about anything, might as well be her. You know
That's
what I mean?
Right. That's the one.
All right, Coach. So this is a part of the show where we get a chance to call the person that you think should have next. Tell them, say, hey, I got a chance to rock with B. Jones and KT. I told them my story. I want you to do the same thing. With that said, Coach, who are you calling out? Who should have next?
So I think that Coach William Payne should have next. He's been just remarkable and solid as a coaching friend, ally, somebody that has the backs of many coaches, that isn't afraid to speak his mind about about any issue that faces college athletics or sports in general. He's somebody that fights for players to get more opportunities, and helps them to become more seen, connects coaches together in a community, and certainly a great booster to many coaches at all levels. So certainly Coach William Payne. I think it's Tweets by Coach P would be his handle. You should take a look.
That's who it is. B. Jones.
Yeah,
I do know who it is because he's on Twitter all the time, man. Just spitting knowledge and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, he would be a great
Coach. Coach William Payne, you are officially on the clock. We got to get you on the show so we can tell everybody your story. They know the tweets, but we need to tell them the man behind the tweets, right?
No question.
So we're gonna be reaching out to you. Hopefully you'll feel comfortable and want to join us. But Coach Matt Rowe, you one in a million, sir. You are the truth. I love your energy. I love your vibe. I can't wait to come up there and dress out and be a part of the Penn State York team for one game. Maybe I can get in the game and get a bucket. I'm going to the gym right now. But, Coach, you got the charisma. You got the passion. I love it, man. And we rooting for you in every step of the way. Coach Matt Rotonda, you deserve a yeet. Sports Life Talk Nation, you got next. Kevin, you feel like I'm ready. I'm supercharged right now. I love doing this job, man. It's the best job in America. Listen, if y'all are still rocking with us, we appreciate you so much for hanging out to the end of this episode. It means a lot to us. I don't know, Kevin. It's been a while since we did this. I'm feeling like giving out a t-shirt. You feel like giving out a t-shirt, KT? All right, so if you
hey, as long as it's coming out your budget, because I didn't win championship round. So yeah, let's go. We're gonna get out a whole bunch of shirts.
Hey, first 5 people to like, subscribe, and share this show with 5 people. Just hit us up in our DM on IG. We're gonna shoot you over a free t-shirt. All right, first 5 people, we're gonna show y'all some love, Penn State York, and don't forget we go live at 8:00 p.m. Central Standard Time every Wednesday nights at 8:00 p.m. Central. It's on YouTube, so all you got to do is smash the subscribe button. You're gonna get a notification. It's not just about sports. We talk life, we talk pop culture, sneakers. It's a fun show, I promise you. Come hang out with us, be in the comments, because we go live and it's pretty cool. And also, we got a new website. So if you're sitting there, you're like, man, I wish I could nominate somebody to be on the show. You can go to our website, SLTUGotNext.com. Go to the nominations tab, put in the information of the individual. We're going to check them out, right? We're going to do our due diligence on them. Or if you're an athlete and you're like, man, this is super cool. I would love to come on the show and tell my story. Go to the nominations tab. There's a segment for you, the athlete, to put your information in. Email us over your package, your highlight films, and we're going to audition you out and see if you can make the cut. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have Coach Rowe run you through a quick workout. And then we're going to see if we can get you on the show. All right. KT, what am I missing, man?
I don't know, Big John. I'm at my feelings now because round 3 kind of hurt me. So I'm good now.
You should be. I dominated that show. I was down by 1, but I had the fighting spirit of the Yorksters, and I came back, man.
KT, win or lose, it's all about how quickly you can move to the next one. You know what I'm saying, KT?
Well, Coach, you see what kind of player I am because I'm not moving on. But, Coach, thank you so much for rocking with us, man. Whatever you do,
thank you, guys.
Please let us know.
Appreciate you guys very much. Hey, you guys are pros, man. I can't tell you how awesome it is to be on with you. So I truly appreciate it, and I hope to stay connected. Really, be great to seriously, honestly, if you guys were ever looking to do something live and you came out to campus, I would host you here.
Oh, we'll be there.
We coming.
We're doing.
We coming, Coach. We coming.
Let's do it. You have my number.
Yeah, we got you. We coming, Coach. We're going to bring SLT Nation. We're going to show up. We're going to show out. But, Coach, after me, there could be no more. So for one last time, let's make some noise. SLT Nation. Wait, we love you guys. Stay safe, be blessed, respect each other, and love one another because together we are better, and keep dreaming big because you never know. Your story may be the next one featured on Sports Life Talks. You got next. Yeet.
See what's crazy is I knew you had next because you always working, you always grinding, you're in your bag because you're always working. Like in due time, I knew you got next. Oh, you did it, huh? Crack the code. You got next, you smashing goals. You want next, you need exposure. Well, Sports Life Talk got the baddest show, like the baddest in the room. Podcast to tune into just for you to talk your shit, talk your mushroom. You are what you eat and you should consume. Sports Life Talk from the late night to the afternoon, then rest repeat. Hit the like, leave a comment, or subscribe so you don't miss a beat. You got next is a small taste of a winning meal from a chef type of celebrity. What's up next is you, at least you better be. Yeah, you got next, yeah. I can feel it, you're a winner just like me. You got next, and what comes next? Tune in next time and you'll see. Cause if you got next, yeah, if you got next, if you got next, then you're just like me. If you got next, if you got next, yeah, if you got next, then you know where to be. I'm talking Sports Life, talking this. Yeah, 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 yeah. in me.